welcome. LIB, how you doing, brother?
What's going on?
Oh,
Good
it's
to
getting
see you.
colder.
Yeah, a
For
little
sure.
bit. Yeah. The weather said this week like a taste of winter is coming.
Oh man, I love the taste. Goodens, how you doing, brother? I love the taste of winter, man. You know we could find those prints so well too.
Oh, and the
Hello.
snow. Yeah, the snow. The snow brings up a whole nother aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, weekend warriors. Hello from Texas. It's got to be nice in Texas. It's gloomy here. It's raining. It's windy. It's just looking like it's wanting to snow. I'm like, come on, bust open. Ricky says, good evening. Here from Denmark. Wow.
Nice.
Nice out there, too. Heather, hello. Stump Jumper. Nancy. Nancy says, how are you feeling? Better. Better. That was one heck of a spill, man. I know it didn't seem like it on the
I,
video,
yeah.
but both my feet. It was weird. Let me tell you this, LIB. It was weird. I walked over there out of the mud area, and I'm standing on flat ground. And this ravine goes down. It's about 3 to 4 feet deep. And I say, okay, this is going to be a little jolt. And as soon as I said that, both my feet went straight up, and I just hit on my back. And it was like, how the hell did that happen? I didn't even jump yet.
Yeah. I don't know. The leaves are like. I don't know if that's what it was, but the leaves are horrible. Like if you're on any damn decline, that like at least here, like it's different. And when I'm up in the mountains, it's a little different because it's like hard. It's hard ground. But here it's like sandy, right? Like it's an island, like so, right. So when
Yeah.
those leaves are covering the sand, oh man, it's horrible. But I've fell too many times to count, like way too many
Yeah.
times to count.
Oh, yeah. Jody says tornado warnings, North Pittsburgh. Wow. 8 to 10 inches of snow. Can't wait. It's going to hit us first, Jody. So I'll update everybody. Sebastian, Alina, Kathy, Sharon, Daniel. Hello. Alina says, hey, babe.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so. I can't see who's in there. I'm like trying to see who you're bringing up.
I just whipped by real
I
quick.
probably should. I couldn't. Yeah, I could make. I'm on my phone, so it's like so small.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for being here. My dog wants to say hi. Now go lay down. Yeah,
My
man.
my dog's broken.
So that's a picture, a Bigfoot right in front of me. How
Yeah.
about that? I sent you the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually honestly like that's. I know it sounds silly, right? Like, but that's a lot of times where you can catch them is like when you're coming in and when you're going out. You know, like kind of right in the beginning, and it seems silly, right? It seems silly. Not you're not going to get interaction per se right there, right at the edge of like civilization, but you could catch a glimpse a lot of times, and
Right.
like, and they know they know how we are, and when we're in that point of like when we're at that point still, we're not really immersed in it yet. Same thing it can be said for like trailheads. I tell people all the time when you get to a trailhead, especially like a big intersection or whatever, like look around because they know that your mind goes into the next step. Like you're thinking about which way should I go? You're reading the sign. You're like it's just a subconscious thing that we do. You know, we go into these habitual things, and they know it. They know everything.
Yeah. Gonzato wants you. He says, Gooden says, Jack, tell LIB that he has to say hi to Elena.
Yeah, I'll get whooped, right? He knows.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us. Awesome, man. Weekend Warrior says, I used to live in Lima, Ohio, and still have family there. Lima, Ohio is a good spot. I'm saving that. I got a friend out there. My friend Johnny. He's got some acres. Not a lot, but he tells me some stories.
Yeah, I would love to get out there. I'm looking forward to hopefully trying to link up. That one spot that we found, I don't want to give away the location yet, but
Right.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you all for joining. T-Mac, hello. How you doing, buddy? Alan says, good evening.
What, buddy?
Yeah, and I can't believe it because I was right there, and I think I walked in so fast and was trying to get it set up and get my stuff done and get the calls done and that, like you said, those steps that you take to get things going, you miss things right in front of you. And I think I came in so fast that, he was probably digging for something to eat or, roaming around, and I came in quick.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times that's like they know where people come in and come out of, and like even if it's nowhere you've been before, it might be like, you know what I mean? Am I explaining this right? Like, I don't want to like be like insulting and be like, oh yeah, you're going in like, you're walking on that trail, like, because I know you go off trail, but
yeah, that was definitely off trail.
Yeah, they know, but it's like they almost like they have like the surrounding area, like where the perimeter, like covered. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
It takes a good set of eyes to be able to see them mostly. Like I've had help along the way. So much help.
Yeah, and I don't have the best set of eyes. I still got to get some glasses, which I left them on the back of Trapper's truck. And time I realized it, they were already in the road somewhere. Terry, hello.
At least you made it home.
Yeah.
We got to get Jack new glasses, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. I think
I'm trying to whip by here. So if you have any questions, anyone, please feel free to throw them out there. Yeah, a lot of good stuff, a lot of action that night. I'll have, we're going to do a Q&A later on this week with the guys. Want to get everybody in here. So, me and T-Mac will be able to, he was off on his own a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm very anxious to see what he got. He was alone quite a bit.
Yeah, but I like when you guys do that sometimes too, when like you're kind of in the same area, but you're off doing like your own thing in a sense, right? Because like MT has his own style, and like and then T Mag and Trapper have their own personality. You know what I mean? And like that breeds different results. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it covers a lot more of an area, Definitely. Something that I might miss, when everybody's filming, which I'm glad I started that, just having everybody film while we're out, because it was hard to, they were seeing stuff and I was the only one filming, and it was like, man, I wish we would have got that on video.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, just, everybody's film.
Film, yeah. Film, yeah. Film everything. That's the best. Like, that's how I say. Don't take people are like, oh, I tried to get a picture. I'm like, just run the camera, even if you don't get nothing, whatever. Delete it later, whatever. But just run that shit,
Yeah.
And I have it to the point where whichever way I turn, whatever I do, like it just goes with me, and like, you know what I mean. Even if I'm holding it, sometimes I'll do it this way. Like if I think something's happening over there, but it won't let me see it, I'll kind of hold the camera that way and just dumbly, look that way. it depends on the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. What's nice is I got a back camera coming. Subscriber helped out with that.
I don't know what a back camera is, but it's
Um, it's a
back.
police cam. Yeah, back camera.
They said bat cam. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I
like
got a back
Batman,
cam.
like a Batman camera. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be.
We're gonna catch 50 bats and put cameras on them. Get out there. Yeah, so it's a night camera too. It's like what the police wear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's cool.
it's got night
Yeah,
vision on it.
I gotta dig through and find some stuff for you. I got so much stuff that I can't possibly use it all. It's
Yeah,
just ridiculous.
the back is doing better. That's for sure. It got really sore yesterday, or not, well, yeah, yesterday. It got really sore, like sitting, and it was like I had to lay down, but then it like was cramping when I was laying down, and it was
Yeah,
like hard to, but pretty loosened up today, which I'm
yeah.
gonna go out, I'm gonna go out tomorrow. I've been
I use
laying
this.
low.
I use this stuff called Consology or something like that. It's like a tape, and they have ones that have copper in it and ones that are just regular, and I have both for different reasons, but it's good for places where you can't wear a brace, or if you don't want to wear a brace or whatever, you can just kind of put it in. You'll see basketball and football players, they got it like all the way down their arms or like, all over. There's a reason for it, it works.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to probably get some of those. Get some of that
Yeah.
tape.
I'll send you a link on Amazon. It's like that's the best deal you'll get, unless you got a Walmart. Everywhere
Yeah,
else charges too much money.
yeah. I'm finding a lot of stuff is cheaper on Amazon. It's like Walmart around here just raised their prices. I mean, everything. Man,
And
the
so,
economy is just.
yeah, the inflation here is nuts too. It's just
Hmm. Oh yeah, T-Mac says I think we got up to 3 miles apart at one point. Yeah, we are pretty far apart. We walked a lot. I think that was like 9, 10, 12 mile day. I mean, we got there fairly early and stayed into the night. And a lot, we don't film the whole time we're there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So we're doing stuff off film, to try to create something great, when we go back on film. A lot of calls, a lot of tree knocks, different kind of tree knocks, and it was a good night there.
I like that. I like staying out. I haven't done it in a long time because I've had, I just haven't been able to for certain reasons. But I love staying out there overnight. Like it's just when you could post up and be like, I call it the fish tank for Bigfoot, right? Like how like you have a fish tank in your house and everything's dark at night, and like
Yep.
that fish tank is lit up, and you walk by and kind of stare at it, tap the glass. Like that's what you're creating for the forest people and everything else out there. You make yourself that fish tank in the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and you hope they come by and tap the glass, so to speak.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it was a good night. I mean, it kind of slowed down the later it was getting, so that's when you kind of know, like, okay, we're overstaying our welcome, because they got to hunt, they got to do their thing, and when you're tromping around scaring the food source in different directions, um,
Yeah, they might. Yeah, you really never know for sure, right? Like
right,
unless you're getting something telepathic or something to that effect, like you really never know for sure what the
right,
case is. They might just want to steer you off course a little bit for the nursery or whatever the case may be, or like you said, they might have shit to do. Like I got cool. Like these guys are harmless. Let's get out of here.
right.
Whatever.
Sorry about that.
That's good.
Something is blowing up. Holy mackerel! Yeah. Moose is doing good. He's been at a couple places for us down south, southern Ohio, which we'll be headed down there at some point. Got a lot to cover in the next few days. But he's doing good. Terry, hello. Oh yeah, Terry says, ever wonder about Bigfoot throwing down, having a bad day? You go in there with the good intentions. That's the point of staying safe. But we've been caught up in some bad spots where, we had to drop camera, pull sidearms, and lay on the ground basically. But yeah. And have you had any of that, LIB?
I don't carry personally, but I mean, I have my reasons. I have my reasons, but and yeah, I've had my fair share where yeah, it could get ugly. That's for sure. I've seen, I've I don't I can't carry something big enough to take one down or anything out. Like the stuff I've seen, I just don't. I feel silly carrying a man-made gun. Like I'd have to have a hand, like literally a cannon to do it to make a dent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I carry those because, like, today when I went out for a walk, I had a coyote, and he was all like, he would not leave me alone. It's like the same. Well, last year was a little different. It was colder out. I believe there was snow on the ground. And man, good thing because he wanted me on the menu, but I changed his mind.
Here's the thing about where you guys go though too is you guys have bear, you guys have coyote, possible whatever, different whatever could be out there, big cats. When I go up in the mountains, I take things out there differently. Like here on the island, we don't have. It's just cryptids. Like we don't have. It's cryptids and deer. There's no coyotes, bears, wolves, none of that. So I'm not concerned about it. You know what I mean? If it goes thump in the night, I'm like, it's either a deer or if it's not a deer, we got some shit on our hands. And it's really that simple. It's just really that simple. Right. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to say it without sounding like, but it's easier. It's just easier to decipher. When I'm up in the mountains, I have to say, oh, okay, what is that? Like what just went bump in the night? Was that? And I'm more worried about a bear, like, or a pack of coyotes than I am really a lot of things.
Yeah.
Poachers are the worst thing, honestly. Bumping into poachers is the worst possible scenario.
Yep. We've done that.
You caught guys with guns doing something illegal, and now you're like, it's like, how they're going to react.
Yep. It's whoever acts first, really, because we were in a spot like that, me and Trapper, and it was just like, do what you do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were both, carrying, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of turned around like,
Yeah. Yeah. There was one time there was a guy in a tree, and I had to put myself between a tree and hope that he didn't have a high caliber. And I had to literally wait out. I had to call somebody and wait them out because he was threatening me nonstop. And I'm like, I'm not gonna put myself out in the open.
Right.
And then there was another time I caught some guys accidentally. They had this big box set up covered with moss and the Walmart special. And they were like, we can warn. And they were like, this place was horrible. It was it wasn't even like a big patch of woods. It was just anyway. It was a bad look. They chased me all the way out, and thank God I was live streaming the whole time.
Yeah. Nancy, great question. Nancy says, status of the Wi-Fi satellite box still sitting at customs.
Yeah, that's what it does.
They said it could be up there to 5 to 7 days, and it's like, man, we're getting at that 7-day mark.
If they put it on a boat, forget about it, bro. Like it'll that date it comes will change 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazon said that they would refund me the money in I think 8 more days. But I want that box to show up here. I don't want to reorder another one.
Sure.
It's like, man. But yeah, as soon as that comes in, that's a game changer. And the back camera is going to be a game changer.
Sounds like you're saying back camera.
The back. Yeah. Bruce, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Yeah. So that's where it is. It's sitting in customs. But if I have to, I'll order a different one. There's just nothing you can do about it. I wish I knew somebody in California to go to the port or customs or something. But yeah, it's just sitting there. I'm not even sure. There's customs in California, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's border patrol everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you, if it's, on the boat. It just says customs, and it could take, 5 to 7 days at customs before it gets shipped out.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm
Excuse me.
sure. I'm sure with Black Friday right now too, there's all sorts of crap coming in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Check this out. Me and T-Mac were out there, and it was on video. We seen this thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know how to say what it was. It was a thing. It wasn't a person. We seen the eye shine. You could literally see it. Take the thermals out. Both of our thermals could not pick up the heat signature, and we could see it with our own eyes.
Yeah.
But the thermal would not pick it up.
Yeah. Might have been
And it
an
was
elemental.
2 different thermals.
Yeah, might have been an elemental. Was it low to like how high off the ground was it?
For
I mean,
distance with the eye shine, think about 6, 7, 8 feet.
Yeah, you probably got something bigger than I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. Once you dive into that realm of the elementals and all that stuff.
Yeah. I know some about them.
It's deep, bro. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's really deep. The rabbit hole is very, very deep.
Yeah. I kind of stopped myself from going down that rabbit hole. I mean, I went down in it, but I was like, okay, this is.
Well, yeah, you have people that most things get lumped into these categories, right? It's like everything's a Bigfoot, or everything's a Bigfoot, or everything's a dogman, or everything's an alien or a UFO, right? And like it's really not that simple. And
Yeah.
you know what I
know
mean?
Yeah.
It's just not that simple. There's too much. There's so much more out there, and it's similar to like Lord of the Rings, like said, oddly enough, but that's really what it's like. Like there's walking trees, and I get that it's weird, but
Yeah. And people have recorded trees walking.
oh yeah, I don't even want to get into it all. Like if we,
Yeah.
that's why I said one time, whenever we sit down together in person, like I'm so far beyond that stage of like showing all my pictures and like
Yeah.
no, and I'm not talking against it. I love it. I love seeing it go on, and I love watching it happen. And your chat or whatever that they have that Facebook page. I love watching it. But I'm like, I was like 5 years ago, right? Like, like I'm kind of like the old guy now that I'm like, you guys do it, like.
I love it.
You need some advice, I got you.
Yeah. Oh man, I know. Thank you for always being there when I call, brother.
Yeah.
Day or night, man, you pick up.
To a fault. To a fault. We both do, bro.
Yeah. Bruce says, Jack, so how many was there down by the water source? I'm actually going to throw some of all the evidence in a video and put it out for you. What I could see, it wasn't too close to the camera, but the camera picked up 2 dark things that when I zoom in, I don't think they're deer. I mean, that could be like a 50-50 split, but I don't believe they're deer. But they come out of the woods, go down to the water. They're kind of far away, but you could definitely tell something comes out.
Deer have a very, very distinct heat signature. Like if you were using a thermal, we're using thermal.
No, this was
Oh,
just
okay.
video.
All right. Yeah, because if it's just regular video, sometimes I've seen them do weird shit where they just pick their head up and down from the ground up, and they've totally fooled me. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is, it's something going, and like it, but eventually a deer gives itself away. You know what I mean? It's a deer being a deer. You know what I mean? So like those other times where it goes undiscovered, and people are like, oh, could that have been and it's like, not really. Like, not really. Unless you're far away like that occasion.
Yeah. And that's why I say it's like a 50-50 for me, because I do see deer coming down and they did not walk, like the prior things did. I mean, these things came out, they looked, they kind of like, you can hear us farther away. They kind of looked like, okay, they're way over there. We're going to get something to drink. A couple other animals come down afterwards. They look, take off running. Something else comes, So there was quite a bit of animals, and I knew things were going to come down to that water source.
Yeah.
To get something to drink after a rainy day. The temperature was dropping a little bit. Pressure was rising. So they were going to get up and get something to drink.
That's a cheat that a lot of people ignore, is the water source, right? And I talk about it all the time, because then you're going to get a lot of things that don't necessarily interact with each other around that water source, because it's like an African safari. You got cheetahs, lions, gazelles, like shit that would not come near each other in the regular. They're all stutter stepping in there, like waiting for their turn to get a sip of water, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the elephants come and they just do it, right? Because nothing can mess with them. And that's your Sasquatch and your dog man, whatever, right? But then you have these other things that are more timid and more, weary of everything, and you never know, bro. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like in that misty spot. I'm so glad that I found the water source, man. Because that was like the last key element. And
the Pine Barrens is where I try to find, especially because it's technically a desert, right? And like it's such a vast dry area. So when you find that water source, so that's where I go camping most of the time. There's a river right at the edge of the Pine Barrens, and that's where I put my camp, right there. And it's wild. Like, it's wild. People are like, why the hell do you do this? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe I need a thrill. I don't know at this point why I do it, but like,
yeah. Corky, I don't know, man. I can tell you that I was out of the mud area. I was flat on the ground, standing flat. And I even say, okay, there's going to be a jolt. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, something happened. I don't know what happened. I lost everything.
No, it glitched a couple times.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't see nothing.
Really?
All right, I'll tell you what. Stay in here.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, try.
Yep, I'll be right back. You stay in. All right, everybody. I'll be back.
What's up, guys? I can't. Let me see if I can pull up the chat here so I don't leave you guys hanging. We see and hear you. Okay. He'll come. I'm sure he'll come right back in, Corky. Bigfoot takes hunter's elk head, hindquarters, and hide. Thought it was a bear until they saw the footprint. Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there he is. All right.
Yeah, we got high winds and getting up to 50 to 60 mile per hour winds today.
It hasn't reached us yet. It's supposed to come But anytime from midnight till 3 a.m., the rain's gonna start, and then the winds are gonna come after. But we're supposed to have 2 to 3, I don't know, days of rain. So that's why I
Yeah.
went out and tried to get some fish today, and whatever. But oh, I got skunked again.
Mm, I love it. Yeah, I think the water turned
I think,
for the
yeah,
year.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
This pond I was at, I mean, I was like, this should be a layup. It's only 200 yards by like 200 yards. Whatever. It's not huge. It's got big carp in there, some bass, some whatever. It gets stocked. But as I was leaving, I'm like, let me just see the recent activity, and I see everybody. It's supposed to be catch and release here. Like that's just the practice we have, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is, but I guess these people kept catching slobs and hogs and taking them home. So it is what it is, but
Yeah.
it's
That's
nothing you
about
can
all I
do.
can see. The chat has left me. All I see is MT okay? Yes. MT is good. He's working. He's busy. He did post on his page, I believe, that he's going to try to get out. But yeah, he's just been working a lot. This time of year, everybody's really busy. I think you covered that, right?
Well, briefly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I read it, but that's cool. That's another thing too, though. Like it's kind of a cheat too when you only have deer, white-tailed deer that get up to 200 pounds or whatever the case is. Even in New York, the black bear they just don't get that big. They only get 300-400 pounds. If you're talking a big male, maybe five, maybe you can't confuse that with a 1,200-pound something on two legs. Like I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a shit brick house. Like it's not something you confuse.
Right.
And like she'll tell you, Elaine will tell you, like we were at this remote cabin that I go to up in the mountains, and it sits on a lot of acreage surrounded by farms. And I come out one night and I hear her talking, and she's like giggling, looking out the window, and like out where I gifted a bunch of shit. At first, I'm like, what the hell is that eye shine? Like, what are you looking at? And then I realized there's no light on. So whatever's looking at us, it's not eye shine. We're in pitch black. It's eye glow. And that's when I was like, all right, shit. Like I shut the door back down. I was like, no, like I don't know what that is, but so anything that can emit like glowing orange, eyes at 8 feet off the ground, it's not something you toy with.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry if I missed your comments. When I left, I lost all of it. So I can only see it only showed from when I was trying to get back in to where you guys asked MT. That's all I could see though. So I'm sorry about that. CJ, hello. Thank you all for being here.
Where's the t-shirts and hoodies? I gotta get me a cameraman hoodie.
On the Facebook page, I'll repost the link.
All right.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that ordered their t-shirts and hoodies. I can't see who orders them or anything. I wheeled and dealed with the company, and I made the shirts and hoodies with the logos on the arms, and it's got a logo here, in the center, and then it says "What the." Guys and girls, the t-shirts, I know on like the premiere of the t-shirt, it just shows a woman wearing it, but they are for men and guys.
Men and guys.
I mean, men and women.
Whatever you identify as.
Yeah. What that was the dog man eye shine, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. When we stepped out like a couple of feet out, like it was something. There was shit screaming out there, and like something growled next to us, like, and we were like, "Up, oh man, it was interesting."
Yeah, that's interesting, Corky.
I'll send you that audio if you want. That was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuff I put up, it's just kind of when you put out a lot of content, right? Obviously, like it's like some of it gets seen, but then sometimes you got something really special and you put it in, you're like, wow, how did this happen? How did nobody view this one and everything? Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
like,
the portal.
I know, man. I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes you just gotta repost it short, like take it down. But I told you that's what they've been hacking at me for lately with whatever. Like we've been having the same issues, obviously, with the
Yep.
man. We'll just say the man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. You would think everybody in the world would want to see that portal video, just even if you fast forward it to the portal. But I mean, that is something just amazing. And we could not debunk it. We could not debunk it at all. We tried. Me and MT had tried to debunk it. We put the thermal on the moon, we put the thermal on the sun, and there's no sun at night. You know what I'm saying? We've done everything. And I sent the video out, clips of it out, and tried to get answers back. And everybody was like, well, that is something.
Yeah. Sometimes when you send it out to other people who were in the field, it's like you get back jealousy in a sense.
Yeah. 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 I mean, sometimes it could be cutthroat, the communities, man.
It is. It's not. Sometimes it is. I mean, there's very few that are willing to work with one another and say, "Hey, check this guy out, check that girl out." Very, very few. Very
Yeah.
few. As long as I've been around, I've not seen many.
Yep. Yeah. And then you ask for, their thoughts on it. And it's like, "Bruh," don't talk to me. Like, I didn't
Not
know
even.
you, but trying to ask you a question about one of your areas, because we're pretty close to it, or yeah. Yeah, we both seen when we were out there, me and T Mac, I seen it first. I seen a um, blue, like it was a flash. And I didn't say nothing to T Mac, but he's seen it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the strangest thing. And it was a color blue.
Yeah, blue. I mean, blue is good. Blue's a good color to have. Blue and green. They don't seem to be, from what I understand, anything threatening necessarily. When you go into the reds and oranges, it gets kind of, for whatever reason, it's, you're dealing with different things that could be a little more temperamental.
Yeah. Do you think the orbs are Bigfoot?
Some,
I can't. I'll answer this one real quick and then I'll let you answer it. I can't tell you for 100% sure. I can't say, yes, they are Bigfoot or no, they're not. But I can tell you every time I've gotten good interaction, there's always been orbs. So I mean, but I cannot prove it or disprove it. Um, LIB has more time in the field and I'm sure he's got more data on it. So I'll pass it over to him.
sometimes it's them and sometimes it's not. Like there's a lot of things that operate out there on energy and frequency and vibration and uh yeah, sometimes it's them, sometimes it's a fairy or whatever. And even when you look into the world of the fae, you start to look into the different types that there are, the sprites, the fays, the the pixies. It's just there's so many different things, and that's what I try to emphasize. It's like you just said, like you don't want to just jump in and say, yeah, definitively for sure. But yeah, sometimes it is definitely them, and you could say, but can you always prove it necessarily? No, not Not 100%, but I've shown the way that they travel through the trees probably 200 times. It doesn't seem to get picked up by anybody, really. You know, like people ask. I always see people ask about structure. I show it almost every video. I'll point something out about the structures and I'll, give the unlocking to what they mean and how they use them, and just goes nowhere. But it is what it is. You got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, I have actually, you know what? They took it down and gave it back, but so I'm going to repost that portal or oh my god, orb coming out of the tree, going into the tree, coming back out of the tree. It was clean. I mean, this is probably the best orb video I've seen. And I got to make it, but it comes out of the tree, goes around, comes in front of it. And as soon as that hit, I put it up in like 20 minutes. They took it down.
It happens.
Yeah, but I got it back. So
when I had a clean orb video too, it was it didn't it was just one of those ones that just didn't reach people. It's like, how did only like 20 people watch this video? And it's got to be by design. I hate to go down conspiracy rabbit holes, and I hate to, but I mean, how many times is there a helicopter following you, right? Like, I mean, you don't film them all because you don't want to go down that rabbit hole and be like that guy that's like, oh, the government, you know what I mean? But like, shit, they're there every time. How come? Or whatever the case is.
Yeah. Are you on the Facebook page?
Am I?
No, on a link on a chat right here. I'll repost the portal video on the community tab on the YouTube page. If you look at the community, you'll see a tab that says community. I'll post the link there, and I'll also put it on the Facebook chat room.
Sometimes you got to double down and like post a link around just to get the feed, because you even know, like, I'll get a notification maybe like 24, 48 hours later. Yeah. After the fact.
Yep. And they'll do that to you. They will do that to you.
I tell people all the time, if you want to see something, you got to hit that like button. And it sounds silly, but the algorithm, that's the way to get the algorithm to fight against the other stuff. Is you gotta go in and literally dial in. If there's something you don't want to see, hit do not recommend this video to me, and whatever. And I always tell people, if you got to my channel and you're like, screw this guy's full of shit, whatever the case is, don't, I don't want people to give up on the subject. Don't, go somewhere else. Don't just stop with one person, because there's so many pieces to this puzzle. And like I said before about the structures, I'm not saying that's as far as they go and I have every answer under the sun, but I have this one answer at least, and I could tell you this much, and maybe somebody else over here could tell you something different, because I don't know. I've never been to Oregon. I've never been to SoCal or Humboldt County, right? Or Ohio, and I've never been there. I don't know.
Right.
And I love, that's where I'm at now, is like challenging myself and venturing out. And like that, obviously we're trying to set something up forever now to get together.
Yeah. I'm going to put it out there and hopefully, see if the community could help us,
Yeah, I have to too.
Funding some of it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that costly.
No.
But we don't have it.
Right.
So maybe if we both,
everything's locked up on, as soon as the satellite Wi-Fi gets here, I got to pay the $300 for the year. You know what I'm saying? Of activation. So I'm kind of like locked up everywhere.
I know. Well, that's what I said to you earlier. Remember, you were like, yeah, if I get any funding, I'll send it. I was like, don't send it to me, because I'm always behind on bills, and it just, as soon as something enters my account, somebody takes it out.
Excuse me. Yeah, at least help pay for the camp and something.
Travel really is the
Yeah,
hardest part.
something.
Believe
Yeah,
it or not, like I have a gas guzzler. Like it's a good amount of traveling for us, especially. That's really what it's going to boil down to is more gas money than anything.
yeah,
You know,
10 hours of driving.
a lot of firewood. I'd like to have a couple of big fires, like so that people could see what we're doing. You know what I mean? We could leave cameras on tripods, just leave them running.
Yep.
Even if we knock out, shit is running. Like I want it to be running.
Oh yeah, yeah, and being in the middle of the forest.
Well, that place we picked
smack dab.
is that place we picked. I think is better than Allegheny,
Oh,
but I don't know necessarily for sure. But I got a good feeling.
yeah, yeah. As soon as we were going over the area, I was like, "Wow, wow."
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh yeah, and it's got everything there: water source, the food sources there. I mean, it's got it.
Yeah, yeah, everything. I think it's a mineral spring too. It's got waterfalls around it and like all sorts of good stuff.
Yep, fresh water.
There's a mineral spring I go to up here, and I don't know exactly where it is in the Catskills, but it's on like the lower side and west. I don't even know how I get there, but I think it's called the Black Forest or something to that effect. And there's one side that's like a mineral spring, and man, is it a hotbed. And there's people that like live like it's hard to explain necessarily like where some of these state parks are that like people live amongst it, right? And it almost it's like almost like they're just numb to what's going on around it, or maybe they just don't hear it or know. But what's she saying? No, you're right. Oh, not me. Okay, but yeah, like I spoke to a couple of the people in that specific area because they were walking their dogs, and like it's a beautiful area and the waterfall isn't far from that road. So I started speaking to them and I'm like, hey, I'm like, silly question. I'm like, do you guys like believe in Bigfoot or like do you have it? And they were like, oh yeah, and they like brought me, come here, and walked me down the private road. And they all like have like, those like wooden Bigfoot signs and like, like they got like, the Bigfoot like walking like on stickers on their car and like everything. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. So I'm in the right spot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think the spot, I mean, I hate asking because, I feel bad, but if we can get a little help, man, that would,
I don't, you're like me though. We don't help. We don't ask unless we need it. So
yeah, I would really love to get this done and, all of us get out into that area. It's just, I'm kind of locked up.
Ideally, I would have liked to be there. I would have liked to have been there like now.
Yeah. Yep.
Like this week or last week, but whatever it is, what it is. We gotta roll. Yeah. We'll just roll with it.
Yep. I don't care if it's snowing.
I don't care either.
That won't bother me.
No, I don't give a shit. I'll camp. I don't care. Like I said, if there's a fire, I'll make it work.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Victoria, hello. Thank you for being here. Sorry if I missed you and you came in. When I glitched out, I lost chat, so I didn't get to see. And sorry if I missed your questions. If you can, during that point when I lost, I was a little bit behind. So if you want to ask them again, but hello, Victoria, how you doing? Glad you made it.
I've been babbling.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, but if we could, oh man, I don't know. Maybe I'll put up I don't know what that's called. What for donations or whatever. I never done one before.
I have a PayPal,
like a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that either. I just have like the PayPal link, whatever. If you have a PayPal link, just put that up somewhere, maybe.
Yeah. How much do you think? Well, I mean, we'll talk about it and then we'll see. We'll get a goal, maybe.
I think if I look at the mileage, like we'll go over it. But I think 3 should cap us fine. Like we should be fine with 3. I'll try and
Yeah.
find some furniture on the way to burn.
Yes.
I do it all the time, bro. When I'm going camping, I'm like, oh, someone's throwing away a dresser, and I'm like hack it apart and then burn it.
Yeah. I mean, you go through wood fast. When we did our
Fast,
camping, it
fast.
goes
And
quick.
it goes really quick. If you know, unless you're looking to have like a little tiny log fire, like one of those things that burns for 4 hours, it's like, so
Yeah.
that's no good though.
Yeah. I think it'd be 5.5 hour drive
Yeah, mine's it's
for
about.
us.
I think it's about 6, yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
That's without traffic. You never know. Like I gotta go through the city to get to Pennsylvania, which sucks. I hate the city.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be fun. And I'm telling you, with us all out there, with you and the guys, I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, if everybody's gonna go, we might have to increase that number. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we'll talk. We'll talk more later. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it here, but
Yeah.
when we have a better idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe with everybody's skills, I mean, you see right at, I walked right up on one.
Oh, bro, if I had a team like you guys have, I'd be more motivated. I'd be more apt to do things too, and I'd get more shit too. Like you're golden. You know, when you guys are together, obviously when you're solo, different things happen, right? That's a given, but it's also fun. Like I love when I get somebody that goes out with me. Like I don't even give a shit if something happens. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, somebody's here in the woods, and with me. Thank God.
Yeah. But, that made me really think really hard on, bringing people out is when Mr. Wonderful came out and that thing threw that tree. And I grabbed him and pushed him up the hill, you know what I'm saying? And I put
Of
my
course,
back towards it
of course, yeah,
because I
yeah,
didn't want, I
yeah.
don't think it would hurt me, but something made that thing mad.
It can be as simple as you're walking. Like you have to view it as it's their home, right? And like they they leave glyphs places, right? There's things that are there that we might not see especially when we're walking around at night. And like you could just step on something, especially when you're off trail, that sets them off.
Mhm.
It could be literally like I stepped on a stick, but it's not just a stick. You know what I mean? Like I tippy toe through that forest, bro. Like when I'm like I literally like I'm like trying to I'm like, oh, what is that? Possibly something like let me. And I learned the Native Americans will literally a lot of tribes will even ask to pass under the branches of a tree, ask the tree and the leaves and the branch for safe passage underneath, and like just respectively communicating to everything and everything around them in the forest because it's all connected.
Yeah. And I do that. I was trying to recap that night. And one thing I did do, which I never do, is turn my back to it.
Okay.
And that's when it went,
Yeah.
it picked something up and it threw it. I mean, you could hear this thing. And then when it just stood there, and I mean, I think I freaked Mr. Wonderful out because I literally like put my arms around him and pushed him up this hill, and then turned around and screamed at it, and then it started following us. And I told it, I was like, stop, you
Yeah.
have to stay here. And then finally it went into the forest. But boy, I sent you that blow up that, I showed everybody that blow up and brung it forwards. That thing was big.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's always good too to show the big picture because you can get a frame of reference on size, right? It
Yeah.
drives me nuts when people send me a picture and it's like just this And I'm like, what am I looking at? How do I know I'm not looking at a leaf just zoomed in on? Like, I don't,
Right.
and that's why I always say, if it's a screenshot of something, like, take the big and then the next and show how you got to that point. You know what I mean? So that we can, it's just more to work with, right? Like, it's more to work with. Like, if you find a footprint, don't just take a picture of the footprint. Take a video of that footprint and show the comings and the goings and the lefts and the rights, because first thing people are going to do is start questioning you. They're not going to question that footprint and be like, oh, that's all. They're going to question you and be like, full of shit, like, da 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 da. And it's just the nature of the beast. It's just the way it
Absolutely.
is.
Yep.
It's just the nature of the beast,
Yep.
We are. It's like we're like the runt necessarily, like our community, right? Like, there's like people who troll in here. Like, imagine watching like a sport that you hate every single day, but that's what these people do. They
Yeah.
sit in here, they hate Bigfoot, they hate Bigfoot people, they hate people who go out, but they sit there all day long and poke at it and poke at it and poke at it. That's
Right.
like hating baseball, but turning on the MLB channel and watching it all day long. But that's what happens.
Right.
Can't
Absolutely.
can't tell you why.
I don't know, man. Let's see. T-Mac wanted to know, have I heard anything about the recent sighting over here? No, I know where it is. But I haven't went out. I'm going to go out tomorrow and Friday. During the day. I'm not going out during the night, because we got to find something. We got to find proof first before I'll go in there at night. So if you want to come down,
It's gonna be really wet out. Like,
yeah, and hopefully with the snow flying, even better.
yeah,
We'll find.
you guys might get snow. I don't know. We're not gonna. I know I'm not gonna get snow. Not here.
Yeah. Now they're calling for snow for you all.
Maybe up. It's
Yeah. Well.
odd. The island hasn't really gotten snow in like 2 years. Like, it's
Yeah.
not really anything that sticks. We're used to like blizzards and shit, but it really hasn't. My grandpa was like talking shit to me the other day. He's like, go and look up a white Christmas. He's like, you have all these memories of white Christmases. He's like, look up the last time we had one. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, it hasn't snowed on Christmas since you were. And I'm like, no way. And I look, it was like 20 something years since it snowed on Christmas. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, how is
Yeah.
that possible? I'm like, how is that possible? But it's not that there's not snow on the ground. It's just like it hasn't physically snowed that day. So, like, those are two totally different things, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's been like the past 2 or 3, maybe 4 years, 5 years. It's just been not a lot of snow at all. We've had it
Yeah.
pretty good, but I think
Yeah,
this year's going to be different.
I hope so. I miss it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the mountains aren't far from me. You know what I mean? Like, I could be in the mountains in 3 hours, in the middle of nowhere in 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how close the Catskills are to Manhattan. Like, it's there. You could be in the Catskills faster than you could be to me from the city.
Victoria, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. There, that will go towards camping. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah. I think we're supposed to get up to, I think, 2 inches.
I hope so.
That's perfect.
It's enough. Yeah, it's perfect for like hiking, and then it's good for everything. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's solid. If it's not, when it's that like thin, like flaky snow that just like melts because
Yeah.
it was warm the day before and the day after.
Yeah. Back's doing better. Yeah. Also, we have a camping trip. I got one planned a few days after the 21st. So don't need help with that one. need help with the bigger one. This big one for both of us, all of us.
It's a trek, yeah.
Yeah. About 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours with traffic.
Yeah, it's so cool. I want to talk about it more, but I just
Yeah.
but I just don't like. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to. You know what I mean? I think the
Oh,
big
yeah.
reveal, like the reveal after, would be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then we can show an overhead,
Everything.
take out the drones. We can.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily like a claim or like my secret spot or some shit. It's just a place that we're gonna go and wing it, you know. But we have high hopes for, so we can definitely just give the location away.
Okay.
I
Victoria,
think.
thank you. I will message you afterwards. Thank you.
I mean, unless we walk up on like a family of Sasquatch sitting in a circle out there, like maybe it will be like a little different, but I doubt it.
Yeah, but you know what? Man, I swear, and I'm not being like weirdly about this. I'm going to be dead honest about this. When I go into an area, I feel I have a gift. Okay. I
Yeah,
let the forest talk to me on where to go.
exactly.
And that's why I break apart from the guys when we get somewhere. I kind of like for, a little bit, I'll leave the pack. You know what I'm saying? And I'll go into the forest and just let it talk to me. Where do you want me to go?
Exactly.
Where do you feel more comfortable on letting me see you? Is it over here, over there? And then I'll just close my eyes and give them my intent, put my hand on a tree, you know. Sometimes
Yeah,
I'll even just sit.
when you talked to me about that, like how you were putting your hand on a tree and like you gave me a little bit you told me a little bit about what you were doing, and I was like, you're good, like you're good, like you got the idea down, like what I
Yeah.
do. One of the things I do is I take when I go into a new area, like where I feel like it's heavily speaking to me and calling me. I take my socks and shoes off. I don't give a shit if it's snowing, if it's raining, muddy. I take my sock and shoe off, and I put my bare foot down, and I make sure it leaves a print, whether I have to use moss or sand or snow, whatever. I leave my foot and my handprint there, and I am showing like I respect their culture. I'm giving them my ID. Basically, I'm saying here's me, and like I'm being like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah.
it's almost like
Absolutely.
taking off your shoes when you walk into somebody's house, kind of respect, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I've watched quite a few of your videos and you've done that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Heather wants to know, have you guys ever found 14-inch prints? Where I live, I saw 14-inch footprints. I've seen those and all the way up to 22 inches. Now, the biggest one I think was like 24, to be honest with you, 24 by 9.5.
Where's the Mike Patterson? Sasquatch Ontario. How the heck are they?
Right there.
Where are the feet? Anyway,
I believe that was around 14 inches. But how wide it is.
damn, I don't know where those casts are.
How wide
Sasquatch.
it is what got me, and
Oh,
how
there you
deep.
go.
Yeah, how deep the print was. I believe this
That's
one
a
was the 14-inch one.
that's clean. Yeah, the 14-inch that I found, I think, and maybe it was 14 or 15. I think it fit in one of those big turkey pans because that's where I had to like. It was, yeah, man. You know how hard it could be to cast.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know how people get nice white clean casts because mine came out all
It's not
muddy and rocky and dirt and
mine.
grass.
Me too. I bring half the ground with it sometimes.
Yeah, it's like
I don't. I don't know.
every ones that I've done, it's just half the ground comes up with it, like you said.
Me too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the first one I ever did, I had to take the dog and tie him to a tree so I could do it. And like right when it was like about done, I don't know what spooked him. Something spooked him, and he like ripped the tree out of the ground, like and is dragging it with his leash, and like he ran right through the gas. I literally sat there for like a half an hour and just waited, and then he destroyed it.
Yeah,
That was my first attempt many years ago.
that's awesome.
I used to
Yeah,
find footprints all the time until I started carrying casting shit, and then I couldn't find one for my life.
you know, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's like they know that you're coming out, and they're
I
like, "Okay, you want to cast it and show the world? Never mind. I'll just erase them."
Yeah, that's how I've been saying that for years. It's kind of like I don't want to compare them to God, but it's like that saying when you make plans, God laughs. Like that's what I feel like they do. Like too is something similar. Like if you go in there with a plan, they're gonna tear it all to shreds. Instead of
Yep.
just going, you might as well go in and say, "Hey, what do you got for me today?" I'm
Yep.
wide open.
Val says hello.
That she's in Southwest PA. I don't.
Yeah. Jimmy, hello. How you doing, Jimmy? I didn't. If I missed you coming in, hello. Thank you for being here with us. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bruce. I can't wait. I mean, it will be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, Bruce. Well, we've been we've been talking about it forever, but I feel like it's near. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
being optimistic, but I feel like it's near.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I know we can all drive in one car. I'm thinking. What are you thinking? 500 should cover it, right?
Yeah, easy.
With you enough
That's
enough to
safe.
get back and forth, us
Yeah,
enough. I believe we can just take one
I
car.
don't mind pitching in my own, but I just don't really have it right now.
Yeah, that's where
It's,
I'm at.
things are just so tight.
Mhm. Yeah,
I always try to do everything on my own. I always try.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I get
five. I
you. I
think.
don't know how to ask. That's the problem, because
I know. Yeah, we're both in that boat where we're like, yeah, you could have the shirt off my back, but I'm like,
yeah. Oh, you need shoes? Here, take mine.
yeah.
But you'll be barefoot. I'll be all right. Yeah. Don't do GoFundMe. I got a PayPal link. I'll just put up.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, it's we're used to that too. So
Yeah. I want it to happen so bad though.
I know.
That
I
area
know.
is just
I know.
I'm telling everybody the area is fantastic.
I have a feeling it gets flooded with humans though, like in the summer. You know what I mean? I would imagine. I don't know if that exact area, wherever we're gonna go, but I would imagine that there's more people around in the summer, so it's definitely a good time to go.
Shannon, hello. Again, thank you all for being here with us. If you got any questions, ask them. We'll
Except
give you
the
the best of our
location.
answers.
Except that location.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm keeping that one tight to the belt, bro. I don't want I don't want somebody beating us there.
Yeah, 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 I want to be there first. After we're done, we could tell tell the whole world, go there. Lake effect snow. Yes. Going to get cold. Yep. Tim says mostly Washington, Seattle, Cascade Mountains. I was visiting my brother. 6 a.m. in the morning. I heard it loud, twice howling. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing. Like people will say like, "Oh, I heard howling," but you could tell when it's something different, right? Like you just know. And oh, it's just
Yep.
it's freezing here in England.
Yeah,
30.
you know the difference between what's howling out there, what's animal and what's not, what's being mimicked,
Yeah,
what's
like
the real thing.
there was a guy that was hunting out in the Pine Barrens on the island, and he emailed me, and he's like, he's been hunting his whole life. We don't really have anything besides domestic dogs that would, howl like that. And he said it was something gigantic, and it lasted like 30 seconds. And oh man, the way the email was just described, it was just like, you know, you're like, I just love being in those moments. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah.
I could just put myself in the moment when somebody tells me they experienced something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know them. It's only delayed because of me. I'm trying to get there. It's my fault it's delayed. Thank you, Victoria. Really appreciate you.
Like life happens, bro. You know what I mean? Like things have gotten in the way many times. I just feel like this is the first time where we could both kind of see like a clearing for at least, before Christmas hits.
Yep. T-Mac says, yes, you absolutely do have a gift. Thank you, T-Mac. He said, I learn really quick if I want to be by the action to stay near you. Thank you, T-Mac. I appreciate that.
I don't want to sound douchey, but if I didn't think you were gifted, I wouldn't be messing with you. Like,
oh, virtual hugs. You guys get up in here.
And it's really not like it's not a hard thing to do, right? Like you have to just be open. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you can't give somebody like a good heart and an open mind. You can't.
Yeah.
But when if you got it, you got it, and like that's really the recipe.
Yeah. The thing is to be honest when you're out there, man. You give your honest intent.
There's enough out there going on that you can be honest and get it a lot. Like you don't have, damn well, right? You don't have to fluff and fabricate. There's so much already there, like happening that if you just really tap into the weird, you don't have to. You don't have to fabricate.
Right. Yeah, I got a message today. I left it up and the guy's like, oh, you guys are faking it. Why would we go out into the forest, drive 4 hours to go out into the forest to fake something and be out there from morning till late night?
Well, people think you get rich off this shit. How much money do you lose? Like, I mean, if you're looking at it from a financial standpoint, you don't make anything at all. Not even close. You lose every time. So if you don't love it, don't do it because it's.
Right.
I tell people all the time, if you don't love it, if your heart ain't in it, don't do it because it will beat the shit out. It'll beat up your wallet. It'll bruise you. Bug bites, ticks come home. Poison ivy, like forget about it. Like forget it. It's a ruthless, like thorns, like ripped pants, destroyed boots, everything, right? Like,
yep. Equipment failure.
Yeah, equipment, gas. You're using your own vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, so it's taxing if you don't love it. But yeah, no, you're right. Like, why would you go out there all the time and do it like? You could just do it once in a while if you were faking it, you know what I mean? But when you really get on the trail of something, like something special, it's like I can't just tap out, like I gotta go while I can go, when I get that chance, I gotta go. You could do anything with that time. You could do anything, Some people sit there and watch the sports games. Some people play video games. Some people go whatever, right? Like go bowling or whatever. That's what we do. We have found something that's like too special to do,
Right. And And here's the God's honest truth for you. And this is what I told him. I said, when I go do these hunts alone, I'm walking about 12 miles, 12, 13, 14 miles plus just to get to the point to do the night hunt.
Somebody said to me once, they were like, "Oh, imagine if you had one of those step counters," and I was like, "Wow." I was thinking back. I'm like, because someone's like, "How many miles do you think you've gone?" I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Hundreds,
Oh, yeah.
thousands, I don't know.
I've had to log thousands of miles, maybe
Yeah,
low thousands, but in the thousands, definitely.
got to be in the way out of the hundreds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, when I do these solos, I'm walking 12 to 15 miles just to get to the hunting spot and then 12 to 15 miles back home.
And it's not that the thing is, it's not you're not walking like it's not like the mall. You know what I mean? Like walking through the airport. Like it's different when you're hiking too. Like it's
Yeah.
strenuous. It's strenuous.
Yeah. Carrying 60, 70 pounds on you. It's
Well,
heavy.
yeah, I don't do that
I love
anymore.
it though, man. I wouldn't change it for a thing, especially what so close. So close. I just want the time. I just want to be able to go. Here it is. Bing. There it is. Yeah. And be like, well, and I'll take it to the grave. Where'd you see it at? Never tell you.
Oh, I won't either.
Here
Yeah,
it is. Here
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it on video for you, but I'll never tell you where I seen it.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. I'm the same way. I don't understand when people give away exact locations. Like the first thing they do is call up the BFRO or something, and I'm like, what? Like, the hell are you talking? I don't know. I called the BFRO actually, not right away, but I did call. I remember calling them, and their response to me was, "No way, not there. We have no reports from over there, right?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like very discerning, and I'm like, "What?" Right? So I started talking to other people like from the state. And they were like, "Oh yeah, da 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 da," like right. So like I started getting my confidence back. Like I was like, "All right, I guess I could communicate with other people about what's going on here," you know. And then they ended up calling me back to be able to wanted to know the location, you know. And I flipped them the bird, you know, virtually. But yeah, that was my interaction with them. So when people are
T-Mac,
like,
oh, go ahead.
"No, no," anyway, yeah, I
Oh,
summed it up.
T-Mac says, what do you think it will take to prove Bigfoot is real? Do you think we need a body? Nah,
Yeah,
they already have one.
and we have enough to prove it. It just doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The government talks. It says UFOs are real, but you go talk to your family about UFOs, and they'll sit there and laugh at you like they're not real. They don't. It doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You got to just do your thing, bro. And that's
Yeah.
my advice. That's just my advice. Like
Excuse me.
I've reached a point where I'm like I could give a shit. Like whether you're coming along or you're not, I could care less. And it's not to be rude or mean or anything. It's just a place that you get to and where when you're doing this stuff that you have to get to in order to
Oh, yeah.
not get slowed down. And I said this the other day on live. I said that when there's a greater good, you got to ignore the bad, because otherwise you'll keep getting stuck in the mud with the you know.
I agree with you. Yeah. And the government just told us where the aliens live. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, like we didn't
Under
know.
the sea.
Yeah,
In the
like we
sea.
didn't.
They were like,
I've
they
been
live in the
telling that,
sea.
bro. I've been saying that for years. I'm like, they want you to look up there so you don't look down. I've been saying that for years.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah. I never heard the clicking, but I heard you talk about the clicking before. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. It's like tongue clicks, like That's the best way I can describe it. We were hearing them that night at
one of
Beaver
my
Creek.
one of my team members like talks about it all the time, and they're up in the Adirondacks. These guys I work with, and they think that the rock clacking and the tree knocking is mouth popping. That's to the point where they've heard the mouth popping like that. They've
Mhm.
heard it so loud that they don't even think wood knocks are wood knocks and rock clacks are rock clacks. They think it's their mouth doing it all.
Oh wow.
I don't know why, but that's just what they say. I don't know.
Maybe for that area.
Could be, yeah, right. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I've been in areas where I've just heard like tree slaps the whole time. Like they're slapping a tree.
I know exactly what you mean because I thought I was gonna walk up on a beaver pond one time. I thought I was convinced I was gonna walk up on a beaver pond. And there was nothing there, just more woods, And so what it sounded like was a beaver duck. When they slap the water, like.
Yep.
And it could sound loud, I guess, right? If you're in the middle of.
Yeah. Good
There was
echoes
no.
too.
Yeah, there was no water.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I've
Oh
heard
no.
what sounds. I've heard what sounds like a car door slamming.
Yes.
Like I can't explain it, man. Sometimes you just I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no reason to fake it. I mean, we keep the cameras right there, but our hands are full, and we never, I'm totally honest with everybody for the footprints, that's why I just don't cast them because I cannot, like this one
If
was
you
a
were gonna,
special cast. That was just my first cast ever. I wanted to cast one to have it, but I say if I don't see what make it, how in the world can I cast that and tell you that this is a Bigfoot cast if I didn't see it make it? That's me.
right.
That's not everybody else.
But if you were gonna fake it, why wouldn't you just do something like a Ron Moorhead and just like do some, or whatever? I'm not saying he's faking the Sierra sounds, but I'm just saying like, why wouldn't you just do some grandiose thing and then walk around town making money talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, who hikes 15 miles a day? Like.
Yeah. The end goal is to get this thing within 20 feet. That's what I want. Within 20 feet. At least come talk to me.
It's intense. Intense. I wasn't ready when it happened to me.
Yeah, Trevor had it happen to him. I was jealous. I didn't want to ruin his moment. I could have ran over there and ruined his moment, but I didn't want to.
I don't even know if he knew he was having a moment at that moment.
What's that?
I don't know if he knew he was having a moment at the moment.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he was because he was just like looking back at me and was like, "It's so pretty." Its eyes. Hello from Italy.
Nice.
Awesome. Love to go there one day. Yeah. Played the Bigfoot game. I didn't even know they had a Bigfoot game.
They got this one. There's a lot of different Bigfoot games. But I never even opened it yet. Camping with Sasquatch.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, wait. Oh. I get it on there.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess it's some kind of the card game with a roar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because my buddy's got a channel called Camping with Sasquatch, and then somebody sent me this game. This game. I never even opened it.
Yeah, I would save it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if it's like something that you save or not.
Yeah, well,
I got all sorts of stuff like
pass
this.
it down to the kids.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I don't have any pictures of the merch, but the link will be up. I'll throw it up on the community page again. On the YouTube page, there's a community page if you don't have Facebook. And then I'll throw it also up on the Facebook page again for y'all, the chat room. And if you don't have Facebook, man, I'm telling you, go, get a Facebook account and come on in. All the evidence goes there. And if you go to the group, there's a picture page. You can say pictures and look at all the evidence. And there's a lot of it.
I got about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could see at least 6 or 7 notifications since we've been on of people requesting to join the group.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a moderator or something there. I don't know.
Yep. Yes, you are. Yeah. Yeah. The smell of Bigfoot. I don't know.
I've never smelled them.
I can't say. I've told you all of some smells, but I can't confirm they came from Bigfoot.
Yeah, same here.
Neat.
When people say they smell, my only guess is maybe they're like emitting something like to get them out of the area.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about. Either that or they were. A lot of my reports come from the shallows, like on the shores where they're clamming or digging for mussels or whatever the case is. They're wading in the water, so it could be a possible like low tide smell.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could think of. It's the only thing I could think of.
Oh, they admitted it. What was it? A day or two ago, Jimmy. The government admitted that the UFOs are real and they live in the ocean.
In the ocean.
In the ocean, they admitted it. Yeah, you can go watch it online.
Been saying it for years. Where do they think they parked this shit? It's like, and our oceans are so undiscovered. They're not undiscovered. If we go into space, like I say it all the time, what does a spaceship look like? A submarine. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. It only fits a couple of people, right? Like this and that. It's the same thing. Like, whatever. You get my drift. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
It amazes me.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, the government tells you, and there's still people out there that say they don't exist. The government's telling you they do. When they used to call you crazy.
Well, they're given, they're given enough. They really talk in circles quite a bit, but this was the first time in years that they actually like gave something.
Yeah.
Like all those whistleblowers, there was hundreds of people who had YouTube channels sitting in the Congress, and I'm like, well, you guys are wasting your time. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to say anything new. Like,
right.
This is kind of impressive, at least that they gave that information.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was hoping they would be like, how many people are you letting them take? Because there's some kind of deal going on, for advancement and
Yes, there's a deal with everything. I mean, if you look at the state, when you break it down into state parks, national parks, preserves and reserves and things like that, right? Those are the reservations that were given to the Native Americans. Those are the reservations for the Sasquatch and for the other things, right? And however you want to break it down and look at it, but those are hotbeds. Like they're not. I'm not saying you're going to go there and get an interaction, but that's where they're probably at, or a known place that they're at.
Right. Oh, I agree.
Yellowstone is like out of control all the time, right? Like,
Mr. Curious says, what do you think the pale creatures are? Like rakes or crawlers, or I don't know, man.
Those and more. A lot of the stuff that we hear about is just things that like are kind of labeled, right? Because like not everything could go in a box, and that's why I was like tell people kind of to think for themselves and really just kind of branch out. Like if you just type in elementals, like one day, just Google elementals, and like after the movie, the Disney movie pops up, like look beyond that, or just go to images or whatever. Look into like earth elementals and fire and then water, and then there's all these different ones, and it gets crazy.
Yeah, it does. That's a big rabbit hole. Yes, I
But
still have the tree knockers. It's just carrying all the weight, and then adding that. But yeah, I still have the tree knocker. It's just carrying all the weight and things hanging off your belt.
you have to pick and choose. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta have a game plan and then pick and choose and kind of.
right. Yeah, it gets
I
a lot. You're carrying a lot really far.
don't take anything out anymore. That's why I respect you guys. Like you guys bring all that shit out every time, and you guys are ready. I've gone so far past that trying to prove it to people thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Just the tools. The
but I guess
tools you might need.
you're still searching for your own answers too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, truthfully, man, I hate being out there and then equipment just dies. You just taking it out. You're like, yes, it's fully charged. We're ready to go.
You want to know the secret? You want to know the secret?
Yeah, give me the secret.
I don't know if I've ever said. I don't know if I've ever done this. Whatever. Who cares? Gift them batteries. Every double A that dies kind of like doesn't double D everything. Bag them up. Bag them up. Bag them up. Don't recycle them. Gift them. Gift them.
I'm gonna try that.
Leave them out there for them. Like say, hey guys, here you go. Here's some, and ask them to leave your shit alone.
I will do that. That's a good idea. I never thought about that. See, this is why it takes a village of all of us finding the evidence, getting the help, getting,
I'll tell you right now, people are going to yell at you for leaving shit in the woods. I am littering, blah, blah, blah. They will go to use, trust me. They will disappear and they won't come back.
Well, I always do it in the same spot, and if they don't take it, I'll take it back.
Exactly. I'm just.
Yep. I always gift in my special areas. It's not like I gift everywhere. I pick a spot, close my eyes, go to that spot, and bam, this is my spot. This is where you're going to get your gifts from me. Nowhere else. So, somebody else wants a gift somewhere else, but they'll always know where mine are.
Definitely.
Crystal, how long have you been hunting Bigfoot?
You could always give crystals too. It's like the equivalent to batteries.
Yeah. I have
it's a little more expensive though.
If you know where to get them for free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing oh man, 4 years. Going on 4 years. It's a lot of miles. How about you, LIB?
I have no idea. I was just thinking about it. No way. I guess it's going on like 8, something like that. 7. I don't know.
Yeah. You have a lot of videos.
Yeah, that's yeah.
If you haven't been to his channel yet, please get over there. Hit that subscribe button and follow him. He's does amazing work. Very honest with y'all.
I was doing
like it is.
I was doing live streams on the Facebook page before I even came to YouTube. Yeah. And I was doing live streams back then, and they're grainy and blurry, like they're not anything most likely you want to watch, but there might be a few good ones in there. Who knows?
I do feel it, Nancy. Do feel it. Came up with a conclusion. I wasn't going to say this. I came up with a conclusion. I was putting these areas together, LIB. I came up to a conclusion. I've been only having interaction. I thought there was more Bigfoot families out there, but came to the conclusion there's not. There's only 2 that I've been interacting with in a couple of these areas.
Right. Yeah, there's probably more out there, but they won't interact.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into that. It's such a loaded thing that I won't dive into that right now. Whether they're from different eras and ancient and cultures and caste systems that doesn't allow them to, or whatever the case is, it's very, very loaded. And probably way past anything I know about, but yeah, it's very limited. The ones that do interact with you, it's usually the same ones over and over again.
Yeah. Message me. I'll send you to the right one. Oh, because the chat's always all day and night. It's always going. The page is always hopping. Yeah, have a good time there. Everybody's really nice. There's no drama. I love it. Oh, absolutely, Bruce. Yeah, just let me know. I'll give you, I'll send you a link. Yeah. But all right, y'all. If I didn't get to your questions, I'll scroll down and try to see some real quick. I'm going to jump off here and get some dinner. I don't want to keep LIB all night. Katrina, hello. Thank you for being here again. If I missed you, hello. Short Knot, hello. Connie. Yeah, man, that thermal was crazy. Yeah, remember it was far back there, but the guy was able to bring it forwards, which was neat.
Do you have a night vision?
Yeah, I have night vision.
Okay.
Yeah, self-work. Yeah. Do appreciate everybody. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. Georgianne, hello. Yeah. Again, I'll throw up a link and I guess I'll just throw up a post and I'll put the link to my, what is that? PayPal for Google?
Yeah, PayPal is probably the best way because they don't take anything out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you get it quicker instead of, the YouTube, you got to wait.
Oh, forget about it. Well, I haven't.
Yeah.
They've been screwing me a long time.
I would say I would like to do it in the next, what are you thinking, 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah.
We'll see how much.
Yeah. Ideally, like maybe the last week of November or the second week of December, something like that. Whatever works. But the first week of December, I think or maybe it's the second. I don't know. But there's one where I gotta be here.
Yeah.
But anyway, sooner the better. Really, I'm ready whenever.
Okay. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and tonight. What time is it? 7 this afternoon. And be safe. That storm's coming. Yeah, they're saying up to 70-mile-per-hour winds.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's no good.
Yeah, that could be dangerous. Don't be out in the forest.
Don't go in the forest. Widowmakers will find you. Please don't go. Don't go in the forest.
Falling.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. High winds is the worst place to be.
All right. Yeah, and thank you, LIB, for being here tonight. I appreciate you, man.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah. I know it was a pop-up.
Yeah,
That's how we do things around here sometimes.
it's easier for me because then I don't have to think about nothing. I just be natural.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thank you all. With that said, I'm Jack the cameraman.
Oh, and I'm LIB.
Go check out his page, man. You can find it if you go to the home screen on your YouTube page, scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see a list that I follow. Follow them all. They're all good people. You'll love them. All right. That said, we will see you on the next hunt, possibly tomorrow on a live. I want to get out there when it's snowing.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for having me, bro.
All right, man. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Good night.